What's good, y'all? It's your girl A to the N to the G to the E to the L to the B L U. What? A to the N to the G to the E to the L to the B L U. Angel Blue. And I'm back with another video. So today we got Chlöe on Growing Up, Beyoncé working with Halle album, Fright Night, I think, or something like that. But anyway, she is on Hot 97 doing an interview, and I'm from the title, I was just really intrigued on what she had to say, how her growing up, her working with Halle, and doing her own stuff and being under Beyonce. So I'm really excited to see what is going on. I love Chlöe as an artist. I think she's absolutely amazing. So shout out to Chlöe, girl. Y'all, let's get into it. But let's get right into it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, tell your aunties, your uncles, your nieces, and everyone else is urban and famous. Like, comment, subscribe to this channel, baby. And let's get into it. I can't even talk. Here we go.
Ebro Lauren Rosenberg, welcome back to the show. Chloe's back on the program. Chloe, baby. Yes.
Hi. Oh, sorry, y'all. I do have it in 2 times because I don't like long videos. So
you want to start with the album? You want to start with acting? You got a lot going on.
Whatever you want to do.
Trouble in Paradise, amazing album.
Thank you. You like it?
I really like it a lot. YG Marley's on there, your sister's on there, Anderson .Paak record I love, the Ty Dolla $ign record I love. I like Temporarily Single.
Y'all want me to slow it down?
With this album.
I appreciate that.
Congrats on that. And on the music thing, you seen you and your sister record together. Will there be collaborative projects again?
Oh, absolutely. 1000%. We were just talking about that the other day.
Dope.
So we're never shying away from that. And I think it'll be even more special because we've been exploring our individuality and our strengths, and then it'll make it that much special.
Well,
you guys have done
living your individuality and your own lives.
Yeah.
you guys have done like a really nice job, it feels like, as like kind of child stars, essentially.
True.
Evolving, finding your own space while still feeling connected.
Exactly.
You guys, I feel like it's kind of can be tricky. I don't know why for people to navigate, but I feel like you guys have done a really seamless job of that.
Yeah, it's working because we're being authentic to ourselves, and we're not like trying to make something that it's not. So it works out perfectly that way.
Was there a crossroads that you recall that you could share with us where it was like, yo, acting, I'm not a child anymore. I got to go do this is what I feel now. And did you fight for that? Was there a fight? Was there a push or?
There wasn't a fight to be grown per se. It was a fight to just be heard. I think with myself internally, as well as like proving to people like, hey, like I really love music. I am special as well on my own. And I think that was really it. And especially finding the self-confidence internally. But I feel like the fight of, seeing me grow up, that has been more of an external thing from like an audience's perspective.
Right.
I think I've just been living and my music will progress. I'm just telling my story and my thoughts and stuff like that. So it's never been calculated to be like, oh, I purposely want to be more grown.
Rosenberg and Laura yelled at me in one of the early Instagram posts.
But I think this is what he's about to talk about. But when she was on Instagram, she just posted some crazy like those pictures and stuff. We was like, oh, up, Chlöe. I'm like, first of all, me and her is not that far in age, so it's kind of like, girl, I thought you was so much younger when you were younger. Like we was almost the same age.
Put up where you were singing and things were being seen and you were being an adult and living your life.
Me an adult.
I was on the radio and I was like, nah. This can't happen. They were like, you're not her dad.
You're not her dad.
Like she's growing up too fast.
Yeah, it was. I was just like, it just felt like overstepping. I was like, I think she's got this.
And he was like, I think she's a grown up. I was like, I'm not sure.
But on that note, it is funny you say that because I do remember when 5 years ago, whatever it was, you came up and like I remember all of my jokes were like sex symbol Chlöe Bailey. Like I kept saying that because like you'd broken the internet a few times. In retrospect,
you've broken the internet.
It does kind of now look like even if that wasn't intentional, that moment did sort of do something. You know what I mean? Like to separate yourself and be like, I am not exactly the little girl who I saw a few years earlier singing the national anthem with my sister. And so do you think it did end up kind of playing a part in your individualism?
Of course. I mean, I'm not blind or dumb. I definitely feel like that's where people like to box me into. But, when you think about it, I'm 26, I'm 4 years from 30. But I think because people have grown up with my sister and I, it's like you can't not see me as a little girl.
And see, that's why I said, because I was seeing her little and I was, if you know, okay?
Right. So I think that's what it is. And I think it'll probably be even more years from now when people can actually accept it. And that's okay.
But to me, I see it the opposite. To me, I kind of like forgotten about it.
Yeah.
I just think it ended up being sort of like an effective way of being like, I'm
shaking the table.
Yeah, it shook the table a little bit.
And
at first it's annoying.
I mean, a lot of things were shaking, including the table. The table also.
Yes. I think also the contrast, though, because her sister's doing like the Little Mermaid. You know what I mean? And then she's breaking the internet for just being a grown woman.
So now here you guys are, like landed in this.
Mom, very grown.
Yes.
Yeah. Very grown.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Your sister's a mom now.
Yes, the best mom.
And you were telling us how much you love ant life.
Oh, yes. Halo is my light. I feel like he's my baby. I always like... See, you can tell from my face. He just makes me so happy. I'll have my phone show pictures of him. Like, you see him here?
Yo, man.
Like that's her child.
They get to do that part. And parents get a little bit of that.
Big auntie gang up in here, okay? But we not having no kids no time soon, baby.
too, but we also get the late nights, the early mornings, the frustrations at whatever time, not eating, the diapers, aunts and uncles.
We get it easy. We get it easy.
Yep.
Yeah, but I gotta say something for the
We can return back to sender, okay? Return back to your parents, okay?
parents. And it's
No,
just like,
I'm
so
happy.
few parents, they're not
no,
represented.
it's just grandma shows up and disrupts the whole sleep cycle.
Yeah.
Aunts and uncles show up like it's just a party all the time,
Yeah.
and then they leave.
Yes,
That's right,
it's true. And you know what? I will be the party that comes through, and maybe that's why he always smiles when I enter.
That's
the
right,
room.
yes.
And I'm like, you know what? I will spoil you. I will give you everything you want.
Right.
But it really does hit different. Like it does. That connection is you meet other children throughout your life, and then your sibling has a child, and it does hit you in a way that you were like, whoa, I didn't know I could feel this intensity.
Yes,
Exactly.
Yes.
Like this, my child. Hold
It's
up.
true.
It is a really neat thing.
I think you're in Fight Night, yes?
Yes.
Oh yes, you sure.
We just had Will Packer on.
I love him. Shout out to him.
No, how was that experience? You've done acting before. You've done series before. Have you done a movie yet?
Yes, several.
Which movies?
She
Hi,
forgot.
I'm Ashwin Vasan,
She's like,
the city's doctor.
And
I did so many, I honestly forgot. So, yeah.
Praises was recent with Will Packer.
Right,
That's how we
okay,
got
okay, so you guys
introduced to
worked
each
together
other.
before.
We just
Oh,
won
yeah,
an
that
Angel Award for
gospel
that,
one.
which
Yeah.
is really cool.
Yeah, very dope.
And
Was
from-
that where the relationship started?
Yes, that is exactly where the relationship started. And that's why I love him. I got the email to audition for another role originally on the show. And they came back and they were like, we want you as Lena. And I was like, heck yeah, anything with Will's name attached. He put so much love into it. And at that moment, Kevin Hart's and Samuel L. Jackson's name was attached, and of course
Those
that
are
was
good names.
right. I was like, oh yeah, of course.
Seems reputable.
But then you see Taraji, Don Cheadle, Terrence Howard, and it's like the list continued to build. And it was one of those things where you would be like, oh yeah, I'm filming Fight Night, and everyone was like, oh, how's that? So it's pretty cool that I'm really honored and grateful that I get to be a part of such
I don't know what Fight Night is, but I have to look into it, though.
a cultural defining show for real.
Right. Well, I didn't know it was based on a true story. When he came through, I didn't know about this party that took place after the Ali fight in 70,
Yep.
1970, I think it was.
In Atlanta.
In Atlanta, yeah, and mad people got robbed and the whole thing.
Crazy
Yes,
story. When
it
we heard
is.
I was like, I somehow missed this story as well.
Same.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
How were the conversations among you guys as actors, like when you guys were like digging deeper into the story?
We were just shocked, number one. Number two, we were having the best time on set. And it's pretty cool that I get to play the only girl a part of the robbers, which is nice. I'm the wolf in sheep's clothing. So I can't wait for you guys to dig deeper into Lena.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like, with what we know of you now, from the little girl to becoming a woman, it doesn't feel like, you know what I mean?
Surprised, like, oh my God.
Exactly.
And don't underestimate a woman.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
That's that on that.
On the acting side and balancing music and acting, what is music still your primary
Oh,
in
yeah.
acting? It's kind of like I
Duh.
get to do it hobby, another one of my interests? Or?
It's not really a hobby. I feel like as I'm getting older, I'm taking it more seriously, to be honest. I'm falling more in love with it because there's such beauty in being authentic and raw and real and letting people see your imperfections. And like on stage, you can't really mess up a note. You don't want to crack. You don't want to mess up the
Right.
steps. It's more about being more put together and more perfect. But with acting, it's the complete opposite. So it fuels like different parts of my spirit, to be honest.
I love that.
She has very good answers. Like, I like the way she just answered that.
You and your sister also coming up under Parkwood too,
Yes.
and working with Beyonce all these years. How's that relationship these days? She's still somebody you can bounce ideas off of, get a meeting
Absolutely.
with, and say, hey, I'm my path, and kind of get advice?
Absolutely. Shout out to her. It was just her birthday yesterday.
I was going to
too.
ask, do you send something for Beyonce?
Oh yeah, I always have to send flowers.
But I really, really love her and appreciate her and truly grateful, honestly.
That's a great to be able to have that in proximity of your professional career and somebody to chart. I mean,
Someone who's at the top of her
yeah,
game.
period. And the work ethic part.
Yes, it's really cool to see.
You still
Big Virgo gang, you know what I'm saying? And
you still cooking beats?
Yes.
still producing?
Yes.
Did you?
yes.
I didn't look at the credits on this album. Are you producing on
I
this album?
produced I'll Never Let You Go, and then I collabed with a bunch of really dope producers. I executive produced the project.
Dope.
I produced the transitions and stuff. So it's been cool, like dibbling and dabbling and learning and being a sponge as well.
Did you ever have a period in between the Chlöe and Halle moment and the Chlöe Bailey moment when you weren't sure that the transition would get pulled off?
And wait, hold up. Do he have a picture on Beyonce? He got a picture of Beyonce on his shirt. Hold up. No way.
From being sort of a child star to being
Oh,
now
my
this
battery's running low.
multi-hyphenate, as they say,
Yeah.
sort of talent. Because you sort of transitioned in my
Sorry, guys.
purview of like you're very much a part of the culture, like the award shows, the credible R&B singer, credible actor. Like,
you.
yeah, was there ever a concern of like I had this machine happening early on where we were all doing stuff? Am I gonna make it just as an adult star?
I feel like that doubt creeps
back.
in every day, to be honest with you. You're only as good as your last move.
Okay.
And people judge everything so critically. So I feel like that self-doubt always creeps
Especially in the
every
music
day, but
industry,
you have to
y'all.
persevere, and your
Oh,
love
it
for
just
the
never
craft
stopped.
has to overcome that.
Do you think you get to a
Hello,
point ever?
hello. Especially in the music industry, like, you have to be perfect. It's like people are literally waiting for your downfall. So it's like, what the heck?
and I guess you wouldn't know yet, but do you think you'll get to a point where you just like fully accept that like you're not an imposter and people will enjoy your work and you are just here to stay?
Yeah.
Do you think I'm an imposter?
I do not. I think I'm an imposter.
Why do you feel that way?
Well, I think everybody, to speak to what you were just saying, I always feel like, oh, well, if I didn't have the job that I had, would anyone want to do an interview with me? Would anyone want to have a conversation? Would we be sitting here right now? You know what I mean?
That's very deep. I ain't gonna front. If you really do look at it like that, yeah, it do
Like
be
you
like
just
that.
said, for me, no, it hasn't all the way gone away yet. I think that's a scary part about entertaining.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Hello, I'm still going through it now.
Do you get to an age, though, where you're just like, you know what? This is just, as long as I'm putting out content, people are going to enjoy what I do.
I feel
Right.
like that.
And people are always going to be like, they're always going to be around when you have good things going on for you. But when it's like, when you're just in the beginning stages, just people like, who are you? Like, I'm not really. But as soon as you get an audience, it only takes a couple of people to believe in you, though.
In the entertainment industry, we have to remember that this is our job. And there is a personal side to us. We are human beings. We're not robots. We're not machines. And I think people base off what they see of us externally in this industry as who we are. And I think that's a tricky thing too, because when you're being vulnerable and honest in your music and your art, and people see you and they see the done up version of you, they're like, okay, this is who you are. And yes, it's a part of who I am. But then there's also a part that people never see, the real side. Like, I'm such a nerd. I'm constantly in sweats. Like, this is the done up version of me. And it's still me, but this is the work me. Like, we have a part of us that we present for work. We always put on our best. We go, when we go to our interview, we have our resume. Hello, I'm this, I'm that. That's still you, but then you also have the more laid back, relaxed side. And it doesn't make you an imposter. You just have multiple versions. You know?
I thought it was interesting that you said
That was a great answer. She answers really good.
about that acting allows you to kind of show even more of yourself. Because I feel like on the outside, we think as a musician is where you show it all. But to your point, when you're on stage, it's not the regular, it's not you on the sweats hitting MPC.
Right.
It's you dolled up doing a performance. That was an interesting thought to me, that you actually able to tap into the real stuff
Right.
when you act.
It's a job to entertain, but it's also what I love. So it's like a catch-22, you know?
Yeah. That's
Is there any part of your work and your career, looking back to the little girl who wanted to do this? And I'm only asking this for, because everyone wants to be an entertainer. Everybody wants to sing.
Yeah,
Everybody wants to be an
yeah.
actor. Everybody wants to
Okay.
do this work. And it is work, though. Like, is there something when you look back at the little girl who was naive and this is what she wanted to do and now you're more seasoned, that you would tell that little girl, like, to be aware of or to watch out for or to be prepared for?
I would tell her to continue to fight and keep that fire that's burning within you, no matter how many times people try to blow it out. That's what I tell her. It's crazy because I look at videos, even just from a couple years ago. And yes, I'm a little bit more disciplined now, a little bit more seasoned, a little bit more polished, but there's something so fierce and raw about that fire. And I would tell her to not let anyone blow it out. That's what I'd tell her.
Right.
In music, is there somewhere you want to go sonically that you haven't yet gone that we might get from you? Or is there something that you make that you're like, nah, I never put this out? Like,
Yeah.
nah.
You listen to it. And
Honestly,
It's dope.
It
You
be
love
like
but
that.
Nah, they don't want that from me.
Honestly, the sky is the limit. I am such a music nerd and a music lover. I really don't see any stone being unturned. I think right now, because I've been obsessed with the Caribbean and St. Lucia specifically, I'm definitely going to explore, more Afro beats and dance hall for sure. You can kind of sonically hear
some of that's in the album.
increments of it in Trouble in Paradise. And that's where I created it. I was writing away my troubles in paradise. And I think that's why it's so important to ground yourself. I found my sanctuary there where, instead of finding so much validation in this industry and who people see you in this career, it's also about your heart, your character, and your spirit. And that's what I found there. So it was really nice to, I flew out my engineer and producer and we just created in like this beautiful villa with the view of the ocean. And I haven't had that much fun creating in such a long time.
That sounds fantastic.
It was just like freedom.
Wow.
It was freedom. So
I love that.
That's why I really love this project.
Yeah, let's play something. Pick a record. Let's play.
Oh, I'd like
Is
to
it like
play.
a single right now?
Yes, I would like to play Temporarily Single.
Tell us about
Temporarily single.
Wait, temporarily
Dag, I still supposed to react to her whole project.
single. Let me
Yes.
read the lyrics. I'm sure in these
Oh, you're
lyrics
gonna
there's something.
figure out what
There's
you're talking about.
something.
This is an interesting word to put in front of
Temporarily
single.
single. Because by choice. Because I was just
Yeah.
thinking about it as you were talking. Like, you're so down to earth. Like, that's why we
Right.
love you.
Thank
but
you.
how do you balance trying to just be a regular ass person when you can't even go to a basketball game with a friend because all of a sudden,
Yes,
no color,
yes,
you're busy. You're like,
yes.
I'm just going to a game
Oh.
with my friend. That's it.
So that's the tricky part. I feel like I'm an introvert, but it kind of made me even a bit more of a hermit because I don't want to be attached to just every name just because I'm seen out with them. Like,
Right.
And then you look up and you're like,
Yeah.
multiple people now have made up thoughts about
yeah.
you.
And if you try to
Right.
clear it up, people are like, oh no, she's
hiding it.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
hiding
yeah,
it.
yeah.
So it's kind of made me a bit more of a hermit, but I just put it all into the music. And, with Temporarily Single, it's like my other way of saying like it's complicated. Like I feel like before you meet someone and get in another relationship, you all kind of have like that somebody, that comfort space. And so that's what this song is about, you know?
Okay.
Reading the lyrics, there's things obviously I won't read because we're on the radio, but is this a true story?
Yes.
It reads like he has a man or he has a woman.
Oh,
also.
that's a whole other story.
Yeah, that's a whole other story.
Whoa, he has a
Read like
man.
he has a woman.
Hold it.
You know, events were a bit exaggerated. We
Okay.
all have somebody.
Okay,
You know,
that's
when
right.
you're somebody they're not really like together,
They
but
have a complicated. you have a
Yeah, they
complicated-
talk to
Yes.
somebody else. Like
So-
it is what it is.
If this is a true story and you were temporarily single, and this is your somebody to go to for the for the knockdown, for the lay 'em down, smack 'em, yak 'em, when you
Smack
are
'em, yak 'em
temporarily
is
single,
crazy.
did you end up going back to the person that you had broken up with for this rendezvous?
you know, it was inspired by true events. I
Got
would
it.
say that.
Let's say that.
Yes.
She like, stop trying. Fishing for something. Fishing
You know,
for
the lyrics
something.
tell the story.
Right. You don't need to snitch on
I'm just
everything.
saying.
Should have listened to it.
Dazzle dazzle.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
dazzle in. Yeah.
Razzle and dazzle.
Temporarily single, Chlöe. off the album.
Speaking of which, good transition here. Has seeing your sister solidified you wanting to be a mom? Do you know if you want to be a mom? Does that interest you?
I would love to be a mom one day. Not right now.
One
I still
day.
have a little bit more growing up to do. I
you
want to
got
think
plenty of
about
time.
myself a little more. Be a
I'm
little
sure
selfish.
and being close to your sister going through this, it made
she's
it even.
well, she's handling it with such grace.
Right.
Like she is the poster for like a great businesswoman and mom at the
Right.
same time. So she hasn't made me shy away from the fact.
But you get to see how hard it is, though. It is not easy.
Of course, it's not easy.
not
Shout
easy.
out to all of the mothers and the women. It's just so spectacular. But I'm like, why rush it when I have Halo? I can just call her and have my little baby.
Right?
I did appreciate how honest though your sister was about going through like postpartum depression and being like open about it because not a lot of people even want to admit that they're going through things. So I just appreciated that she shared the beauty of it, but also like looking at it all duckies and bunnies.
Yeah. It's
How was
honest.
it supporting her through that?
I always support my sister through whatever it is. So that's nothing.
What's your guys' age difference?
A year and a half.
She's still young.
super close. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't ready at 27 years old. That was not.
Was that when you had yours?
I don't
I'm
have any-
27
you
right
want a
now.
kid?
I do.
When?
Soon.
When the time is right.
When the time is right. I only got married a year ago.
Oh.
So, but I think back to 27.
My prediction is like 2 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
2 years.
Write this down.
and you know,
Write this
in
down.
Austin Powers, when they had the mini me, you guys can do that for Halloween.
Look, she's got Halloween outfits.
That's what she's thinking about.
I feel shade.
That's
I don't-
not
'cause I'm
shade.
bald and I don't
baby
want to be
will
bald.
be
No, you just.
I don't want to
No, but the baby will be bald for sure.
True.
Hey,
It's gonna be
yo.
fun.
Yeah, no, the babies are like mostly bald when they come
Mostly.
out.
Sometimes they come out though.
It's
My
okay,
oldest
just
came
slick
out
it
full
back.
head.
Cosplay.
My oldest came out
Yeah.
full
It
head,
be
and
something, though.
Selassie is struggling. The
got
front-
That's a beautiful name.
struggle edges in the front.
That's okay.
She'll
When
get
I was a
there.
baby, I had struggle edges.
Oh, me too.
Bad,
I didn't
bad.
have hair
Struggle
towels too,
edges
and now
is
it's all gone again. So.
That's
Hey,
okay.
yo.
You rocking it. It's good. Y'all rocking it. Y'all rocking it.
Listen, we love you. We're proud
Thank
of you.
you.
Congrats on all your success.
Excited
Send
for
our
Fight
love
Night
to your
too.
sister.
Yes, I hope you
Y'all
like
check
it.
Fight Night on Peacock. It's a series.
Oh, it's
and
on Peacock?
High five, kid.
Thank you.
Because
I'm gonna have to go check that out.
Very fucking
Thank
hard.
you.
You know what I mean?
But we here.
Give it up, Chloe. One
here.
time.
Thanks, Chloe.
Yes. All right. Okay. I like that. I actually like Chloe a lot. I love her music. Some of the songs that I reacted to, her videos, make sure y'all go check that out. I reacted to like 3, I believe, of her visualizers. Absolutely amazing. I love the songs. Oh, so good. Especially the one with her and Ty Dolla $ign. Oh my gosh. I did not listen to Temporarily Single, but I am going to check out her album. But yeah, tell me what y'all think below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, tell your aunties, your uncles, your nieces, and their brothers, urban and family to like, comment, subscribe to the channel, baby. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Later.